At Option Genius, we believe that you deserve freedom, financial freedom, so that you have no more worries and more than enough money. Time freedom, so that you could do what you want, when you want to do it. And choice freedom, to live your life on your terms. But the system and Wall Street are rigged against us little guys. So how do we fight back? Well, my friend, that's what this podcast is all about. My name is Alan Sama, and this is the Option Genius Podcast. I hope that wasn't too loud. That's my new toy, and I am super excited about it. I'm stoked about it, actually. But first, some background. Making money can get boring. Now, I say that because passive trading can be monotonous. When just about every trade you make makes money, you take it for granted. It kind of loses its charm, and the dollars, they just become numbers on a screen. So it can get really out of hand. Like there's no more fun anymore. And that's good in a way, so that you don't get emotional about it in case you lose money. The numbers went down. It's okay. It's not an indictment on me that I'm a bad person or I'm stupid or anything like that. The numbers went down and then they go back up. And that's how it becomes for a lot of traders. But that's bad because you lose interest. It's not exciting anymore. It's not fun anymore. It doesn't have that same oomph that it had when you first started, And that's when you start to screw up. That's when you start making mistakes. That's when you start falling down and not paying attention. So a few years ago, I added a bonus for myself. Every time I would have a positive month, where I would make money for the entire month, I would have what I called the celebratory lunch with my wife. And this would be special. It'd be once a month, no kids, no distractions, nothing else. It would just be me and her setting time apart, scheduling it, and saying, we're going to lunch and we're going to some nice place. And it was because I had a positive month, and I would be super happy. I would love it. I would look forward to it. And it made a huge difference. I actually started trading better just because I knew I wanted that day off. And yeah, I did take the whole day off. So it wasn't just a celebratory lunch. It was like a celebratory day off. But the big thing was the lunch. I wanted that time with my wife. Now, we normally do date nights. You go out at night and you get a babysitter or somebody to watch the kids. But this was different. This was during the day. We would make the time and we would splurge and we would celebrate. And the cool thing is that we would go to these restaurants where everybody else there was rushed. People coming in, workers, or they're coming in their suits and their ties and their whatever outfits, their office outfits. And they would come in. And they'd have, maybe like 30 minutes to eat, and they'd be rushed, and the waiters would be rushing around, and we'd be sitting there for like 2 hours, just enjoying ourselves, talking and catching up and relaxing. And we the waiter would be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't bring your food out fast enough. We're like, nah, don't worry about it. We're going to be here for a while. You take care of your other tables. Don't worry about us, And that was another way where I would be so grateful and thankful. It was a monthly reminder of what I have that other people didn't, because they had to rush back to work. They're on the clock. It's daily grind, the 9-to-5 rat race, and they couldn't get out of it. Whereas me, I was lucky to be celebrating with my wife. Something simple, hey, we made positive month this month. And it wasn't just that we made money that month, because the worker people, they're making money too, right? But it was the fact that I was able to have the time to spend the way I wanted to. And so it made it a much bigger deal. So it wasn't just the fact that, yes, I made money that month. It wasn't just the fact that we spending time with my wife. It was a celebration, and it was a reminder of what a wonderful life it is. And it would bring me joy, and it would bring me some humility. I try not to get you don't want to get, over pompous. You want to stay humble, right? You don't want to get a big head. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm perfect. I'm a great trader. I'm a god of Wall Street, master of the universe type thing. No, that's not me. I don't think I'm ever going to be like that. But that's another thing why I needed to do it. I needed to have that celebration, because as an introvert, that's one thing I don't do is enough, is to celebrate the wins and to have fun. And maybe it has nothing to do with me being an introvert. I don't know. But I do know that that is something I need to work on. That is something that I need to change in my life as well. Because now when we have the little ones, the little kids, it's important to celebrate everything. even all the little things. Not every little thing they do, we don't encourage them, but when they do something important, we really make a big deal out of it. Because I know my parents didn't do that for me. Everything was expected. I didn't have a high school graduation party. I didn't have a college graduation wasn't a big deal, but I had dropped out of 3 different schools before I finally graduated. But so that wasn't a thing, but everything was expected. You're expected to get good grades. You're expected to do good. You're expected to not get any speeding tickets. You're expected to behave properly and all that kind of stuff. So there wasn't a lot of celebration, and so I think that's carried off into my behavior, and I'm a lot more serious than I want to be. And one of the things I want to change about myself is just be more joyful and be more happy and kind, and all that comes from being happy. And so if you celebrate more, you get to be happier in a sense. And so the lunch, it worked great. I got all these reminders. I felt good about myself. My wife was smiling and she was proud of me, and it was a reminder that she was proud of me, and it worked awesome for a while. Problem is, the lunch was only once a month. And so, once a month I would get that, but you want that constant dopamine hit, you want these constant reminders to feel good about yourself and to be happy. And so it's kind of like all these video games and these social apps like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these things. And even slot machines, they are addictive because you get the constant dopamine hit. Every time you make an action, you get a little bell, or you get a little emoji, or you get a little like, and those become addictive because we really crave that. And in our mind, every time you get one of those little messages, there's a little chemical that's released in the brain, and that chemical is even more powerful than heroin and crack, and so you do become addicted to it. And studies have shown that Facebook and all these things are addictive. And so I guess to me, this was like my like, that I went to lunch and I got a like, but it was only once a month. So it did what I wanted it to do, but it wasn't often enough. So about a month ago, one of our passive trading formula students posted in the private Facebook group that we have that he made 8 profitable trades that month. And we encourage our students, post your trades and, post your trades before you do them even, so that you can get them critiqued. Other people can give you ideas to see if you make sure you're doing it right. And we do want to celebrate everybody's trades and everybody's success, right? So he posted he had 8 profitable trades that month, which was awesome. That's great, and everybody's congratulating him and giving him likes. And then the next day, another student posted that she was profitable on 10 trades in a row. And she had done, I think, 3 trades for 3 months, and then 3 trades another month, and then 4 trades the last month. And so for 3 months, she was profitable on every single trade. And that was wonderful. And that pumped me up even more, right? I got really excited. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. These, they're having success. They're having great results. That pumps me up more than my own trades. Doing well on my own trades, that's great. That's ho-hum now. But when our students are doing well, that really, really gets me juiced. And so I wanted to figure out a way to congratulate them. I can't take them out to lunch, but how can I congratulate them in a way where they get a little bit of that dopamine hit and they feel good about themselves? And so I saw that in the groups, when you're typing in a reply, you can add these emojis. And one of the emojis is a bell. A service bell, that's what it's called. And so I gave them 1 bell for every positive trade. So the first gentleman, he got 8 bells. The second lady, she got 10 bells. And then other students got bells as well. So I was looking through, okay, who else posted positive trades? I gave them bell, bell, bell. And I got to tell you, it was super fun giving out bells. It was a lot of fun. And they liked getting the bells too. It's like a public acknowledgement that you're doing well, and you get 1 bell for every positive trade. So it's like a cash register going cha-ching, cha-ching. If you're a retail store owner, every time that cash register rings, hey, you made money. So this is great. The bell goes off, boom, hey, you made money. Ding, there's a bell, you made money, congratulations. And so bells are also a big part of Wall Street, right? Now that you think about it, right? Every day, the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange, and the NASDAQ, they're opened by ringing the bell, ding, 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 and then they're closed by ringing the bell, ding, 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 ding. Now, right now, it's totally, they don't need the bells, especially on NASDAQ. Everything is computerized, automated. Nobody's even there. But on the New York Stock Exchange, they have a floor, and they actually have traders. And so the bell tells you, ding, 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 market's open, market's closed. And so it's really cool. The bell is a big part of trading. And so now I am making the bell a thing at Option Genius. And we are going to give students bells for every positive trade, right? So every time they post a positive trade, they're going to get a bell. And I thought, what if we rang a real bell? Would that make any difference? You know, like, I don't know if you ever remember this or if you've been to this restaurant, but it's a fast food place called Long John Silver's, and it's seafood. And I used to go there when I was little. I don't see any more around here where I live right now in the suburbs of Houston. But when I lived in Miami, there was one near our house, and they had amazing hush puppies. Like, I love their hush puppies. I'd just go in there and order like 24 hush puppies. Just fried cornbread, but they were super good. But if you've ever eaten there, you know, you go inside, and it's like a seafood theme because it was seafood. And they would have this bell by the door, by the main door, the entrance and exit door. And it had a little plaque and said, hey, if you got good service or if you were happy, you know, ring the bell. And it would have a bell that you would see on the ship or, you know, on a dock or something like that. And it had a pretty big bell with a rope tied to the little thingy inside the bell that rings it. And so you're supposed to ring the bell every time you got good service. And, you know, that would be cool because that's positive reinforcement for all the people that work there. That, hey, look, somebody enjoyed their visit. Somebody enjoyed their food. Somebody liked the staff. And it also tells all of the other people eating at the restaurant, right? That, oh, hey, it's social proof, right? Somebody likes this place. Somebody else besides us liked this place. And so as a kid, I would just ring the bell all the time. It didn't matter. I just loved ringing that bell. It was crazy. It's just fun ringing a bell. And so now I've taken it a bit further. So I ordered my own bell from Amazon. And every time I have a profitable trade, I ring the bell. And I love it. I mean, it's a constant reminder that I did a good thing, right? I was successful. I made it. I did what I was supposed to do, and a trade worked. And it works in two ways. Number one, I need to move. Like, I need to actually physically move to go to the bell and press the button, right? And number two, it's auditory. So it impacts two senses. And of course, I mean, on the screen, on the monitor, I see the dollar amounts that I made. So I guess that incorporates sight too. So three senses. So every time I have a positive trade, there are three senses that are involved. One, I see the result on the screen. Two, I actually have to move towards the bell and hit the bell with my finger. And then three, I get to hear it as well. And it's loud. And it's like, there you go, you know, it's loud. And people can hear it. In the office building that we're in, next door to me, there is a lawyer. And I have been driving him crazy with all the bell rings lately. He's been getting mad. He doesn't say anything, but like whenever I see him in the hallway, he's like, hey, man, what's with the bell? It's hilarious. But the important thing here is the only time you can ring the bell is after a positive trade. Now, I've been ringing it on the podcast because I just want you to hear it. But it's important that you don't use it unless it's a positive trade. So after you're out, trade is over, you are done, you exited the trade, everything. Don't do it before that. You know, don't say, oh yeah, I made most of the money, I'm getting out. No, I'm going to get out. No. You only get to ring the bell. You only get to take credit after the trade is over. Okay? You can't just ring it whenever you want because ringing the bell is special and it's a celebration. If you don't do that, then it's going to lose meaning and it's just going to gather dust. So make sure it's important, it's special, and that it is a celebration. Now, it's kind of like, you know, if it's on your birthday and you're blowing out the candles on your birthday cake. That's special. It's once a year. If you did that every day, it wouldn't have any meaning. It would be, whatever, more candles, whew, you know? But the fact that it's a big deal, you got candles, you got a cake, you got people singing, and then you blow it out and everybody claps, it's a big deal. Maybe not for adults as much, but it should be. If you don't enjoy your own birthday, then that kind of takes a little bit of life away. So celebrate, enjoy the little things, enjoy the big things, especially if you're not enjoying the big things, start with the big things and then start enjoying all the little things as well. So if you want to get your own bell, you can just search for service bell on the internet. I got mine from Amazon. It's like $5 or something. That's what they're called. They're called a service bell and they look like, well, it's the bells that you used to see at motels and hotels, even some doctor's offices. So you would ring it in case there was nobody at the counter. So you probably remember them. They're silver, and they have a little button on top. They're black on the bottom, and you just press the button on top, and it goes ding, like this. Ding! So I would urge you to go and get yourself a bell and celebrate every positive trade, okay? If you don't want to do a bell, don't do a bell, do something else, but make something that interacts with your senses. Something that you have to move physically, do it, makes a noise or makes a smell, something that gives you some sensation. And then every time you do that, you get that little bit of dopamine and it becomes addictive. And then you want to get that trade. So sometimes if you're in a trade and you're like, you know what, I can take my money now or I can get a little bit more. You're like, no, you know what, I'm going to get out of the trade now because I'm going to ring that bell. So you take the profits and you don't risk it. So it can work out in your favor as well. So remember, trade with your odds in your favor so that you can ring the bell more often. Take care. Are you ready to get started with passive trading and be a consistent and confident and profitable trader, generating cash flow consistently from the stock market? Well, I have some great news for you. For a limited time, we are offering my new book, Passive Trading, for free. All you got to do is go to passivetrading.com/free book, and we will send you the book in the mail for free, as long as you cover the postage and handling. So if you can cover that, we'll send you the book for free. We've already printed it. We got it for you. We're going to send it out to you. It's free. All you got to do is just go to passivetrading.com/free book and learn the basics of passive trading. Get the behind the scenes, get some examples, learn the strategies, and put this stuff to work in your life right now. Remember, go to passivetrading.com/free book and get yours now while this offer is still available.